I've got 40 acres in the Black Hills of Wyoming. This is just across the border of South Dakota. This is one of my favorite parts of the country. In the video, I'm going to break down what we own here. It's a big old 40-acre chunk of land right off Highway 85, just in the heart of the Black Hills. You're close to Custer State Park, Black Hills National Forest. Across the street are state and national forest hiking trails. This would be a great spot for hunting or to build a cabin in the Black Hills or even just park your camper or your RV. So again, in the video, I'm going to cover a lot of common questions. I'm going to talk about how you can access this property and some of the improvements that we've done to this property. So sit back. I'll teach you more about the property and you can learn a little bit more about what we're advertising here in this 40-acre piece of property. So just starting this video off with a quick disclaimer as we look through the photos. This is not real estate advice. It's not legal advice. I'm simply sharing my thoughts and opinions on the property with you. So let's get started. I'm going to pause on this photo. This is what I would consider the building pad of the property, the camper pad, your campsite, however you want to use a property. This is a really nice, usable, tangible area that you can start using tomorrow. Bringing the camper into town or even start your building plans with a builder. But you've got a lot of space. You're extremely private up here on the side of this hill. So we've carved this out, we've smoothed it out. It's a really nice little pad up here for development, or again, just kind of summer use with camper, friends and family out here in the Black Hills. So not only do you have a place you can build a cabin in the Black Hills on, but you have a place you can go use tomorrow with campers for hunting and things like that, recreational enjoyment. So there is no requirement to build in this property. You can use it as a recreational land investment as long as you want. You can see the building site from an aerial view right here. This does a really good job of showing it. And this is the driveway that we've put in and smoothed over, laid a lot of gravel down. It comes in off the main road here. So this is Highway 385. You get off that, and then you come up this driveway into the building site right here. This is a really good view of that building site, as we can see like that. And then here's a driveway that brings you in there. Okay, so this property offers a lot of space, a lot of usage. And here's a pretty good little freehand drawing that we have of the property too that shows you what we're looking at. What's really special about this property location, I think that's one of the really special things about it is the property location. So let me show you exactly where we're located on a map here. This is Custer, South Dakota, world famous area. I think this is one of the most underrated and undervalued markets in the United States. Literally across the road, you have Black Hills National Forest. So it's a haven for UTVs and off-roading vehicles. There are Forest Service roads all over the Black Hills here. Custer area is beautiful. Custer State Park. You're 45 minutes from Custer. Mount Rushmore is right here. This is Deadwood, South Dakota. This is Spearfish. You're an hour from Deadwood, Spearfish. Lead and Terry Peak. There's a ski area right here. This is a Spearfish Canyon. So you are just right outside on the Wyoming side of the Black Hills. And actually, what's special about this land investment is if you go across the street. So here's our property that we're selling just north of Newcastle. You can see we're in the mountains here. So just north of Newcastle is a property we're selling. But look at this. As I zoom in on this property, look at across the street. You don't have to go anywhere. You don't have to get in your car at all. You can walk across the highway here, and you've got miles and miles of trail systems here, right? So this is state-owned property, and you've got trails that go on, right? So you've got hiking and biking trails all across your property. So I think that's a really special feature. There's a lot of property out here. You have to get in a car and drive to a trailhead. This property offers just walk out your front doorstep, go on a little jog down here. You can hop on these trails for mountain biking, for hiking, for trail running, all that fun stuff. You have 623 acres of state land at your disposal across the road. Down the road is also this thing called the Flying V Lodge. This is a cool place. Maybe grab a beer. Great for lodging, right? So this is cool. This gives you an idea. This is just a mile down the road from our property. This gives you an idea of, hey, what the area looks like. You've got a place to grab a beer. You've got a place to grab a burger. You've got lodging for friends and family, right? So there's a reason why, this is a special area. There's a reason why this is here. There's a ton of history out here. It goes really deep, historically speaking, out in western South Dakota and eastern Wyoming and the Black Hills here. So those are some big selling points on the property. I think the location's a huge selling point, and I think that's going to be probably your biggest selling point is you're located out here in the Black Hills side or in the Black Hills on the Wyoming side of the Black Hills. You can go right up 385 and get to Cheyenne Crossing. Heck, this is so close to you. Cheyenne Crossing's in 30 minutes. If you haven't explored this part of the country, it's world class. You can access anywhere in the Black Hills you want from this location. And I've been out to this property myself. It has a really, really great private feel to it. And there's some really, really awesome views from the property from that building site. So as you can see here, what we're looking at, there really is not a lot of development. You've got this cliff line up here in your backyard that you're looking into. Across from you's got beautiful views from that building site. So if you're looking for privacy, if you're looking to get in the Black Hills on the Wyoming side or the South Dakota side, we have real estate in both sides of the Black Hills. This is a brand new driveway, brand new building pad or camper pad, whatever you want to say. Power is going to be no issue running power to the property, right? You're going to have power lines up and down on Highway 85. So there's going to be no issue running power to the property off the main road here. Here's the Flying V trailhead, right? I talked about that in the video too. So you can access this entire trail system across the street from your property. This is all state land over here. That's really special. Again, you come off the highway. If you want to go visit this property, I recommend using Onyx Hunt. This is my favorite app for land viewings. You can see the driveway put in here in the building pad that we have. Okay, so that's all developed right here. Here's the driveway. There's a gate. There's a gate here. It's not locked, so you can open that up for your land viewings. So there's a gate that gets in here, but it's not locked, so go ahead and open that up. But you've got a big spread of land here, whether it be hunting, recreation, some camper use, some recreational use, or even building a cabin. This is a really cool location and what I consider a very, very undervalued market. It's got a ton of room for appreciation out here, in my opinion. One of my favorite parts of the country, and we work in a lot of really, really cool markets across Montana, Wyoming, Washington, Oregon, Minnesota. This is a market you don't want to miss out on, in my opinion. Talking a little bit more about the property, we can see the location. I was talking about viewings here. I was talking about utilities here to end the video. If you want to view the property, I love using this app. It's called Onyx Hunt. You can see the property outlined, and while you're on there looking at it, basically you're going to get off Highway 85 here. You're going to head down this road up here. This is all easement, legal access, and it's going to bring you to a building site right here. Okay, so that comes in right here, and that brings you to that building site. And then, you can even see it from satellite imagery here. So if I take a peek, if you get off the highway, you drop down here, you're just coming in right off this road and heading up here. This is actually graveled and everything. This is a pretty old image, it looks like. So that's actually all been graveled and looks quite a bit different than it looks in that photo now. So you can see it's a really nice road coming up in here, brings you up into our property and our build site. So that's the 40 acre we're advertising. Again, the Flying V Lodge is right here. The one I was showing you guys on the internet. That's what it looks like out here. Gives you a home design idea, I guess you could say. You've got Salt Creek running through here. It's a really popular area for hunting. And again, you're in the mountains, you're in the Black Hills, right? You can look around at the aerial imagery. It's a beautiful part of the country. When it comes to water, you're going to be drilling a well. I would look at well logs for the area. I'd contact local well drillers. Sometimes they've worked on homes or properties in the area and can give you an idea what it looks like. This is the highest lookout point in the Black Hills up here. So this is a Salt Creek lookout. Really cool kind of a lookout point up here for a natural feature in the landscape if you're looking at something. And then for septic systems for disposing of your sewage, that's going to be a septic system. So contact some local septic companies. They can help guide you through that process. So again, when we talk about utilities, you're not going to have any issue running power to the property. Water is going to be by well. Contact local well drillers, contact the county and ask about well logs. When it comes to sewer, it's going to be a septic system. Contact local septic companies. Take a peek. You can see there's other people that have built in the Black Hills out here. There's a lot more money than you'd think out here. So there's some really nice cabins out here. You can see them all in the woods, right? This is just how people are developing. Think about having a shop, having a cabin, having a really cool location out here in the Black Hills, just north of Newcastle, Wyoming. So again, you can use GPS coordinates. All I did was plug in GPS coordinates to access this property. You can put it in Google Maps. You can either use Onyx Maps. You can use satellite imagery to help you out with it too. I'll have photos posted, but really you're getting off Highway 85 just past the Flying V. You can actually even go, past this turn, see how this road connects here. So if you get lost, just get to the Flying V, head up north to our property. You'll see this little driveway. You'll take that left. That'll bring you onto our property there. So that's how that looks there. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you find this video helpful. Give us a call if you have questions. I do have other listings on our homepage. We've got land in Montana, Wyoming, South Dakota, places like that. So give us a shout if you have any questions. You can reach us here at 605 299 5553. Thanks for tuning in.